Guys, welcome back to this tutorial. In this tutorial, we'll talk about the methods that are available in the list. So first of all, we'll go to the developer console here. So let's go ahead and click on the developer console, and we're going to go ahead and create a program. So now we are going to go ahead and open our execute anonymous window. This is my previous example. So I'm going ahead and delete it. And let me increase the size of the window as well. So now we are going to go ahead and create a list of all my friends' name. Let's say this is my list here. And as I told you, the way to create the list is the name, the word list, and then what will be the elements type of that list. Means what kind of elements are you going to add in the list. So then you are to going ahead and say the name of the list, and I will call it as obj is the name of the list, and then you will say new of list, and then again what kind of elements you are trying to put, the type of the elements, and then this circular braces. So this is the way to create a list of strings. So you are telling the Apex that I am creating a list which will have only elements of string type. I won't add any other type. I will only have the elements of string type. There are different ways of creating a list. This is only one of the way of creating a list. And as we proceed and do more and more examples on list, you will come across other ways of creating a list. But this is one of the way. This way you have created a list here. Created a list of, you can have elements of string type. And right now the size of list you haven't added in this particular list. In order to add an element, you will use the add method to add a particular method to the list. So let's say the first friend I'm going to add is, his name is Ram. So this is going to be the first friend that I am going to add in the list. So now what will happen here is, let's take the marker. Yeah. At this point, what happened is, at index of 0, Ram got added. So at this line number 2, at index of 0, Ram got added. Then let me go ahead and add another friend, object dot add, and then here I will add another friend called Harry. And at line number 3, now I'm adding another element, and remember, in case of list, the sequence matters. Remember, in the case of list, the sequence matters. So in the order which you are adding the elements, that's how those elements will get added in the list. So the first friend is Ram, then at index of 1, Harry will get added because you are adding at line number 3. Now I have added 2 elements in my list now. Now next thing, let's go ahead and add a third friend here. You are going to go ahead and add obj.add, and I will call it as Steve. So I'm going ahead and add another friend of mine, and his name is Steve. So that will add it at the particular index of 2. Steve. Now let's go ahead and display all these three friends of mine. So I will go ahead and do system.debug statement, system.debug statement, name of my friends are, then I will just say obj. So now it will go ahead and display you all the elements that you have added in the list. So it will display in the order that they all have added. So first it will show you Ram, then Harry, and then Steve. So let's go ahead and run this program. So I'm going ahead and say execute. Go to debug only. So here you can say Ram, Harry, and Steve. So the order in which I have added the elements in the list is the same order they have been displayed here. Now let's say these elements got added at index of 0, 1, and 2. Now let's say I have 2 more friends and they are very close to me. So I wanted to add them on the number 2 position. First number and second number position. So what will I say? I can specify at what index to add. So you can specify the index. You can always remember the index starts at 0. You can even set up at which index do you want to add the next friend. So I will say that at index of 0, I am going to go ahead and add a friend called Rahul. So now what will happen is, so far what we had was, so far if you remember, at index of 0, we have Ram. At index of 1, we have Harry. At index of 2, we have Steve. And I have displayed all these friends. And then I am saying that go ahead and add Rahul at index of 0. So Ajit, oh sorry. So Ram will know Ajit because I've used in previous example. So Ram will no longer be at index 0. So new list will look something like this. So at index of 0, I have Rahul. Then Ram will move to the next position at the index of 1. So you remember here guys, the Ram is not going to get replaced by Rahul. He will move to the next position because Rahul has taken the index of 0. So Ram will go to the next one. So my total number of friends are 4. Initially there were 3. Now I have added a 4th friend named Rahul here. Then remaining, then Harry would be at number 2, and then Steve would be at the index of 3. Now let's say I have another friend that I am going to add, and I am going to add at the index of 1. So what happened in this case? Obj dot add. Now Ram will move to the index 2 and my another friend is going to add and his name is Justin. So now Justin will get added at index of 1. So now what happened guys? See now I am not deleting anything. No friend is getting replaced. They're just moving ahead at the index. So first, Rahul will be at index of 0. At number 1 would be Justin. So Justin would be added here. And then I have Ram. It will be at index 2. Then Harry at index 3. Then Steve at index 4. So now I have total of 5 friends. Rahul, Justin, Ram, Harry, and Steve. And this is the way. Now if I go ahead and display the list, it will display me 5 friends. None of the friends I have removed, they just move in their index position. If you wanted to go ahead and specify a particular index that you want and add a particular element, then you go ahead and specify the index here and the element that you wanted to have. Now here I'm going ahead and display new list of friends. In order to do that, I'm going ahead and say system.debug, and then I will say new list of friends. And then if I go ahead and execute this time, it will go ahead and give me 5 friends list. So now let's go ahead and see the 5 friends lists. So let's go ahead and execute it. So the first time will be on 3 friends, and then Rahul and Justin will be added at the 0 and first index, and then Ram, Harry, and Steve remains the same. Now let's say I wanted to go ahead and wanted to remove Justin from my friend list because I had a bad fight from him and I wanted to remove him. So how you can remove a particular element from the list? The method to do is called remove method, obj.remove. So remove will remove the particular element that you want to remove. So let's say I wanted to remove Justin and Justin is at index of 1. So what will I say? I will go ahead and remove Justin here. And then I will go ahead and display my final list of friends in which Justin will not be there. So I will say final list of friends. And now if we go ahead and display object list here, so this particular variable value will only be left with 4 friends, and it would be how it will be something like this. So Justin has been removed. So first position will be of Rahul at index of 0. Now no longer Justin is there. Then at index of 1, Ram. Then at index of 2 will be Harry. Then at index of 3 it would be Steve. So I'm left with 4 friends, no longer with Justin. Justin position has been given back to Ram here, and then the same sequence remains. So now let's go ahead and test this. So we are going ahead and execute. Go to debug only. And then you're going ahead and save. You will see that the third time it's Rahul, Ram, Harry, and Steve. So the points here to note down, and this is the case of list. The sequence you are adding will matter. So the way you have added the elements, same sequence will remain throughout. The duplicate values are allowed. Duplicate values are allowed. Now, what does that mean? Let's say I have a friend name called Ram again. I have two friends with the same name. And now if I go ahead and go back to my this window and add another friend here, obj dot of add, and I can say, let's say Harry. So I have two friends with the same name, Harry. It is allowed in the case of list. So in a list, you can add duplicate values. So now what will happen is, if you go ahead and remove what we are going ahead and do, if we go ahead and execute, and go to debug only. So now Rahul, Ram, Harry, Steve, and Ari is going to be the output. This is the final list of friends. Let's go ahead and walk again to the program. So the first time what you did is, Ram got added at the index of 0. Then Harry got added at the index of 1. Then Steve got added at the index of 2. Then you say that, hey, I wanted to put Rahul at the index of 0. So Rahul will be here and Ram is at position and Harry will be at that position and then Steve. So 0, 1, 2 and 3. This is Harry, this is Ram, this is Rahul. So this is the new list. And then you said Justin also needs to be added at index 1. So there is no longer Ram. This will get replaced with Justin. So let me go ahead and create one more time. So first position would be Rahul, second would be Justin, then third would be Ram, then it would be Harry, then it would be Steve. So 0, 1, 2, 3, and 4. And then you are adding Harry again. So then Harry would be added later. So this is going to be the format it displayed to us. If you display here final list of friends. So as you keep on adding, that's how those will get added to the list. So sequence will remain the same that you have added the elements to the list. And also if we wanted to go ahead and add a particular element at a particular index, you can specify the index as well. If you want to remove a particular element, then you can specify the index of the element that you want to remove. So it will go ahead and remove that particular element from the list. So these are some of the methods that are available in the list class. So let's meet in the next tutorial. Till then, have a good day. Bye.